Some new figures, speaking of numbers, to remind us what sort of trouble we have around some of our natural resources. Last year there were 12.5%, or was 12.5% less production of natural gas than forecast. In the first 3 months of this year it's even worse, it's down 27.8%. This means industrial users will need to reduce their use, and schools and hospitals may face bigger prices, of course, and shorter term contracts. The Resources Minister, Shane Jones, with us. Morning.
G'day. Morning.
So as we look at these gas numbers, what's your word? It's a problem, it's an issue, it's a crisis, what is it?
Well, I don't want to catastrophize it, but it's very serious. After a long period of non-investment and stigmatisation of the gas sector, we're now going to rely increasingly on Indonesian coal to keep the lights on.
So you can't make this stuff up, can you? So they go to Taranaki, Adurn, out of the blue, goes nowhere, cancels all the licences, there is no exploration, but don't worry, solar panels are going to fill the gap. They don't. So we start importing dirty coal. How do you explain that?
Well, Genesis, which is our saviour out of all of our energy companies, and they are penalised, sadly, in the minds of the public, they're going to have to import coal because there's uncertainty around gas. Although we're standing up a committee to deal with resilience, we need to ensure that the generators are there, because the generators have a social licence in New Zealand, and if they don't help maintain our solvency and our productivity with affordable energy, then they can't expect to enjoy all of the good news that they savour. And coal, sadly, is going to be a key feature as we work out how we can re-legitimise the gas industry, and I'm doing that through changing the rules over decommissioning and passing legislation to reopen the gas sector for new exploration.
Problem with that is, even if you do it tomorrow, it's not solving our problem the next day, is it?
The difficulty, Mike, is after the damage that was done to that sector over the last 5 years, it's going to be a big challenge, mate, to reconvince foreigners and to convince the Kiwis who have money to continue to commit to the gas sector. Gas is a legitimate, ongoing contributor to our energy resilience in New Zealand.
Exactly. How, as you sit here talking to us this morning, how far short are we on renewables that were supposed to fill the gap reliably but haven't and don't?
Oh, well, part of the reason why we don't have enough renewables is because the RMA has turned into a constipated piece of legislation, and we're replacing it with my fast track. Now, I've got all these green munchkins who attack me every day, but I'm not interested in those limp pen pushers.
Are you? But look, you pass it. See, when's the legislation through? It's not till the end of this year, is it?
Yeah, so we have
so
to
you
give
pass
everyone
that, then you go out to the world and go, right, let's get into it. I mean, this I'm talking to you next year and we still haven't achieved anything. This is not your fault, but I'm just saying that the answers you have are not immediate.
But we've got some big credible players in New Zealand, not the least of which is that household name Todd. We've also got the OMV, the Austrians, who haven't actually left the country, and I'm confident if we work with them very skillfully. There's gas in the ground, Mike. It's a matter of finding the capital, extracting it, and having a political and societal culture that rewards investment for keeping the lights on through using our natural gas. It's an endowment in New Zealand, and we've got to move beyond the politics of demonisation.
Do you reckon things have got so bad, and I cite the OECD report this week, the double-dip recession that we're in, all of that stuff, do you reckon things so bad enough New Zealanders have finally woken up to the fact we've actually tangibly got to get on with this and do something pretty profound, or else we are in deep, deep trouble?
Well, I'm getting lots of positive feedback. Seriously, mate, as I move around the regions, that Kiwis realise that the pipe dream is over. You can't have all these unicorn kisses as a way of evolving, developing, and actually progressing the economy. There are some hard trade-offs. Natural gas is in the ground. We are changing the law to make it easier and more permissive to extract natural gas to keep the lights on, to generate the revenue for the school teachers, the police, hospitals, and schools.
Appreciate your time, Shane Jones.